Hey folks, how are you? This is Pastor James coming to you the week of June 16th, 2011. And I want to hit you with our weekly update, even though it's late in the week, it's Thursday. Last Sunday was awesome. We had a promotion slash graduation service. Many of our fifth grade students, I think six of them, were able to walk and graduate. Their parents were in attendance. Everybody seemed to be blessed by it, but nobody was more blessed than me. We had a great time. If you want information about what we did, go and check out last week's video. I kind of go through most of it there. But the big thing was we really honored the kids, talked about clay and the properties of God shaping us and molding us, and then what we need to do as the clay to make sure God is able to shape us. We read a special story. We gave the kids a copy of the book. The kids were walked a bridge. I was on one side, Pastor Wally and Pastor Carmine was on the other side, and we prayed with them. And the youth group just did a great job representing. I think even the kids who weren't fifth graders just got all excited about the possibility of graduating. So it was exactly what we wanted to do. So thank you for all of you parents that were able to come. I hope it was a blessing to you. And my goal was to make parents cry, and we did that. So uh, you're welcome. Next week, let me see. We're going to be we're continuing in our series called 10 for Life. And let me look at it here. We're going to be talking about, here's something cool. Don't show this to the kids, but I made a custom cover for a Mountain Dew can. Now it looks kind of weird and something from Twilight Zone, but once I get this on a can, it's going to look pretty cool. And it's I and then can do, and it's going to be something I carry around and use through the whole service to remind them that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that's one of our props that we did. I did this in Photoshop, so whatever. Had to piece together a whole bunch of different things, but so anyway, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. One of our 10 verses that we're trying to memorize and learn from the Bible. Our main focus being God will give me strength to face any difficulty. And one of the many misconceptions about this verse is that Paul's talking about I can do anything. I can do anything. And so kids, I remember even myself, I would abuse this verse unknowingly, that, I'd be playing t-ball. I want to hit the ball. I can do all things through Christ. And then I'd miss. And my faith would go, this sounds stupid, but me and my sisters rather, we tried to walk on water one summer. That was our whole goal. We were going to walk on water. By God, we were going to do it. And we kept quoting this verse and just having all this faith. We just scrunch up our face and try to have all this faith. And of course, it never worked, even though I would try to convince my siblings to keep going by saying, I think I saw you for a second. Hang in there. Just for a second you were floating. But misunderstanding this verse doesn't do us any good. And going to the context where Paul is, weak and beaten and in prison, at risk of maybe even being tempted to lose his faith, he says, no, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. He wasn't bragging. He wasn't trying to do something superhuman. He was trying to do something supernatural. And that is to hang in there through all costs. So we really want to get the kids realizing that this verse is for troubled times. It's for when you don't think you can hold on, when you think you're being tempted above what you can bear. You can cast your cares on God, and you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. The rest of it, baseball and stuff like that, it'd be nice to think that God, well, anyway, I believe God's there for the hard times. Amen. How about that? So there we go. That's next week. It's going to be fun. I wanted to let you know that I am actually going to be going out of, and it's Father's Day. God forbid. Don't forget Father's Day. If your kid has a dad that lives with you that you can get along with, honor him and do right by him. We don't make a big deal out of Father's Day, and we should, because dads are important by God. I know I'm important in my family. I'm not bragging. It's just the truth. I grew up without two dads, two different ones, and it wasn't a blast. It wasn't fun. And so if you have a man that's worth a snot, then take care of him there. And oh, okay. June 22nd, I have had the opportunity to be able to go and help in Ireland, help Pastor Matt and his group who are going to Ireland. Reason being is we sat down at lunch and he's like picking my brain and asking about all these questions. And he says, the reason why I'm bugging you is I'm tripping out a little bit because we have got to do a kids camp all of a sudden, like 2 hour services at night for 5 or 6 nights in a row. And I said, kind of joking, I said, you ought to just take me with you. Thought it was too late at that time, but nope. And he says, well, let's find out. So we found out and I'm able to go. And I'm going to be speaking 5 of those 6 nights. Turns out one night's an off night. They're going to be doing some fun stuff on a Wednesday or joining the main service, I think. But I'll be teaching some tweens, some upper elementary kids, about 50 of them for 5 nights. And I'm really excited about that. So I'll be gone from the 22nd through the 2nd. So that means our movie on the 23rd, it's How to Train Your Dragon, 10 a.m., Park Place Stadium 16, $1 per person. Parents are to attend with their children. You can meet at the location and watch the movie together. I won't be there, but my wife and kid will be there to watch How to Train Your Dragon, which is a very cute movie. Very cute. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend the cuteness. That's the 23rd, the day after I leave. The following Sunday service, which will be the 26th, is actually going to be run by Rachel Myrie, or actually, whatever. I don't know her new last name. She got married last year, you might recall. So anyway, it's going to be run by her and Jewel and the whole team. So you're in good hands there. Miss Jen will be around, my wife, as always. And then the following, of course, is BGMC. That is the day after I get back. Don't forget about BGMC. Last BGMC Sunday, not one boy brought a buddy barrel. Not one boy. So help remind your knuckleheaded sons, okay? We can't blame them. They're boys. They're kind of... So moms, help your sons out. They need it. Let's see. Moving ahead to the 6th of July, Gator Fred's in Largo. Speaking of that, before I get into it, every Wednesday night in July we have an event planned because we like to give the Missionettes and Rangers the month off to kind of reboot and reset. So be looking at suncoastkidmin.com for the summer activities. Make sure you get a flyer if you haven't yet. Put it on your fridge. And Gator Fred's kicks it off on the 6th. It's a jump house basically in Largo, 6:30 p.m. at Gator Fred's. Instead of Rangers and Missionettes, we'll be meeting at Gator Fred's for jumping, food, and fun, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Parents drop off and pick up, so you don't have to stay, but you do need to drop them off, pick them up. If you want to stay, it's free for you to stay. So but it is $5 for a child, and you can add $2.50 if you want your child to have pizza and a drink. Parents can stay and play for free. So I'll be staying. I don't know how much jumping I'll be doing because it wears me out. Anyway, that's our weekly update for this week. As always, if you have any questions or comments or whatever, let me know. We've got exciting things coming, some things I can't talk about. So stay tuned, and looking forward to blessing you with more information and stuff as we go along. And see you next week. Praying for you. You and your family. Have a safe summer. Don't get sunburned. You Floridians trip me out with your sunburn. God bless. Peace.